Have you ever considered that the greatest adversary you face is yourself? It's a powerful thought, isn't it? We wrestle with this concept every day, every moment, in every decision we make. The self, the ego, the I-ness that is uniquely ours. It is the source of our joy, our pain, our triumphs, and our failures. It is the architect of our dreams and the harbinger of our nightmares. Our own self can be our harshest critic, our sternest judge, our most relentless taskmaster. It is within us that we find our deepest fears, our most profound insecurities, our most crippling doubts. We are the ones who set the stage for our own suffering, who lay the groundwork for our own despair. We are the executioner, the one who sharpens the blade, the one who tightens the noose. We are the ones who load the cannon, who pull the trigger, who light the fuse. We are the ones who break our own bones, who tear at our own flesh, who bleed from self-inflicted wounds. And yet, in this paradox of self-torment, we also find ourselves on the receiving end. We are also the condemned, the ones on the chopping block, the ones in the line of fire. We are the ones who feel the pain, who bear the scars, who bleed from the wounds. We are both the executioner and the executed, the tormentor and the tormented. There's no escaping from ourselves, no running away, no hiding. We are trapped in our own minds, in our own bodies, in our own realities. We are bound by our own thoughts, our own feelings, our own perceptions. We are confined by our own limitations, our own weaknesses, our own flaws. In this internal battle, we are both Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker, the villain and the hero. We are the ones who wield the lightsaber, who don the mask, who embrace the dark side, and yet we are also the ones who seek redemption, who strive for goodness, who yearn for the light. For in the end, we are all just trying to make sense of this strange, complex, beautiful, and often painful journey called life. And in this journey, it is ourselves that we must confront, understand, and ultimately accept. In this internal battle, we are both Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker, the villain and the hero. Now, let's delve into the realm of loneliness. Are we truly as alone as we perceive ourselves to be? Many of us have found ourselves wrestling with the gnawing sensation of loneliness, that intense feeling of isolation where we believe ourselves to be utterly alone in the universe. But what if I told you that this isolation is nothing more than an illusion, a trick of the mind playing on our deepest fears and insecurities? Consider this. A philosophy known as Open Individualism proposes that there is only one conscious principle in the entire universe, an entity that has been named as I. This I is not confined to a single form, a single life, or a single destiny. It is an entity that refracts like light through a prism into countless forms and destinies, each one unique and distinct, yet all part of the same whole. In this context, the concept of loneliness takes on an entirely different meaning. If we are all part of the same conscious principle, are we truly alone, or are we merely different aspects of the same entity experiencing itself from different perspectives? This idea can be difficult to grasp. After all, we experience the world through our own unique lens, shaped by our individual experiences, thoughts, and emotions. But if we can step back and view the world from a broader perspective, we may begin to see the interconnectedness of all things, the unity that lies beneath the surface of our individual experiences. The belief in open individualism is not a cure for the feeling of loneliness. It does not diminish the pain of isolation or the longing for connection. But it does offer a different perspective, a different way of understanding our place in the universe. So, the next time you find yourself grappling with the illusion of loneliness, remember this: you are not alone. You are a part of something much larger, an entity that transcends time, space, and individuality. You are a part of the universe, and the universe is a part of you. Despite the feeling of loneliness, we may not be as solitary as we think. Amidst the cosmic silence, we often find ourselves seeking a conversation, even if it's just with ourselves. The human spirit is social by nature, yearning for interaction, for connection. This is not a sign of weakness, but rather a testament to our innate desire to understand and to be understood. In our journey through the cosmos, we may find ourselves alone, enveloped by a vast and unending silence. It's a silence that can feel oppressive, a silence that can feel isolating. But it is in this silence where we can hear ourselves the most. The human mind is a chatterbox, constantly in dialogue with itself, incessantly seeking to fill the void of silence. Why do we do this? Why do we talk to ourselves? Is it because we're afraid of the silence, or is it because we are seeking an understanding that only we can give ourselves? The truth is, it's likely a bit of both. The silence of the cosmos can be intimidating. It can make us feel small, insignificant, but it also offers an opportunity for introspection, for self-reflection. It's in these moments of silence, when we're alone with our thoughts, that we can truly get to know ourselves. Talking to ourselves is not a sign of madness, as some may believe. Rather, it's a way of processing our thoughts, of making sense of the world around us. It's a form of self-communication, a way of navigating through the complexities of life. The cosmic silence is not something to be feared, but rather something to be embraced. It's an invitation for introspection, for self-discovery. It's a chance to delve deep into our minds, to explore our thoughts, our dreams, our fears. So the next time you find yourself alone in the silence of the cosmos, don't be afraid. Embrace it. Talk to yourself. You might be surprised at what you discover. The cosmic silence can be oppressive, but it also offers an opportunity for introspection. In the grand scheme of the universe, our cries for help may seem futile, but does that make them any less significant? This question lingers, echoing in the vast expanse of space. The reality we confront is harsh, a truth that cuts like a double-edged sword. Yet it's a truth we must face if we are to truly understand our existence. We yearn for aid in our struggles, for someone, something, anything to hear our pleas and come to our rescue. Yet we find ourselves alone, our desperate cries swallowed by the void. We are but specks of dust in an infinite cosmic desert, our existence seemingly inconsequential in the grandeur of the universe. But should this realization of cosmic indifference fill us with despair? Should we surrender to the crushing solitude, to the oppressive silence that seems to pervade every corner of our existence? Perhaps not. For it's in this solitude, in this silence, that we find our strength. Our cries may be unheard, our pleas unheeded, but that doesn't render them insignificant. No, far from it. It's our struggle, our fight, our resilience that gives our existence meaning. We are alone, yes, but we are not insignificant. We are the universe experiencing itself, the cosmos coming to know its own vastness through the lens of our consciousness. We are the architects of our destiny, the masters of our fate, steering our course through the stars. Our solitude, our aloneness is not a weakness. It's a testament to our strength, to our ability to endure, to persevere despite the odds. It's a testament to our capacity to find meaning in the face of indifference, to find light in the darkest corners of existence. So we continue to scream, to cry out into the void, not in the hope of being heard, but in the affirmation of our existence. We continue to strive, to struggle, to fight, not in spite of the universe's indifference, but because of it. Scream or not, the universe remains indifferent, but it's in this indifference that we find our strength. What if I told you that all sex is masturbation, and you are the oldest and loneliest virgin in the universe? It's a curious concept, isn't it? But let's break it down. Consider how every interaction, no matter how seemingly altruistic, is in essence an act of self-gratification. We give to charity because it makes us feel good. We help others because it soothes our conscience. We love because it fills us with joy. And yes, even the most intimate act of all, sex, is essentially a form of self-pleasure. Now you might be shaking your head thinking, no, I genuinely care for others. My actions are not solely for my benefit. But let's take a closer look at this. Every action we undertake is filtered through our perception, our needs, our desires. Even when we act for others, we are satisfying an inner need to feel good, to feel worthy, to feel loved. In this light, every act becomes a form of self-service, a form of masturbation. It's a harsh truth, but acknowledging it doesn't make us selfish or narcissistic. It simply makes us human, with all its inherent complexities and contradictions. And in this realization, we come face to face with our profound solitude. We are, in essence, alone in our experiences, alone in our perceptions, alone in our desires and needs. But before you sink into despair, consider this. In solitude lies the opportunity for self-discovery. When we understand that every action is a form of self-gratification, we can start to truly understand ourselves, our motivations, our desires. We can start to shape our actions in a way that truly reflects who we are and who we want to be. So yes, you are the oldest and loneliest virgin in the universe. But this isn't a condemnation, it's an invitation to explore, to understand, to grow. Congratulations, you are the oldest and loneliest virgin in the universe. But remember, in solitude lies the opportunity for self-discovery.